So I've been working on a product development strategy, which I'm kind of calling like product development operations, that is 80% automated. So I want to see if I can use AI to generate and develop software products, but not just the product itself, the marketing strategy, the sales strategy, email templates, you name it, predominantly using an AI workflow and a kind of assembly line. So I've created something, hopefully it works, but we'll see. It starts with this product generator where it's generating ideas for you. So I say, create a startup idea that integrates augmented reality that solves the problem of, I don't know, food scarcity. Excuse my spelling, but that should be fine. So what it should do now is generate an idea, or maybe even a couple ideas, that solves food scarcity using augmented reality. And you see how quickly it's generating an idea. And sometimes these ideas are hit and miss. Sometimes there's amazing ideas, sometimes they're not so great. And what it's actually doing in the back end, I do have a knowledge base and I'm giving it a couple frameworks. So I give it a framework from Reid Hoffman, a framework that I like to personally use for asymmetric business dynamics. And it's given a little bit more information about the technology and target demographics. So what I do want it to do is add this to my database because I want to centralize this information for my other GPTs to pick up and generate other things off the back of this GPT. And it didn't actually prompt me to add it to the database, but let me just say, add this to the database. Add this to the spreadsheet. See, here's the challenge that it's saying it doesn't have the capacity to do it. It does actually have the capacity to do it. So we're actually going to work with this. We're going to work with this inside the GPT builder. Because inside the GPT builder, it knows how to do it pretty well for whatever reason. So I'm going to say, create a startup idea that integrates augmented reality that solves the problem of food scarcity. So it's just going to do the same thing. It's going to generate a different idea. It'll likely be similar. So you can see it's generating the idea again. Hopefully this time it asks, do you want me to add this to the database? So here, it's asking me, do you want me to add this to the database? And I'm not quite sure why it does it in the GPT builder, but not in production. We'll have to figure that out later. But I'm going to say yes. And when I say yes, what it's actually going to do, I have a spreadsheet to document these ideas. And what it's doing now is actually talking to that spreadsheet. and it's going to ask me for approval. So it's talking to the spreadsheet, it's spoken to the spreadsheet, and now it's added. So if we actually go and check out that spreadsheet, we can see they added harvest lens, and we're going to need this name. That's going to be an important part because the name triggers other workflows. But you can see it added a harvest lens to our product idea spreadsheet. I have another spreadsheet to generate a business canvas. And so now we're going to use another GPT to generate a business canvas only using the name. So if we go to our lean business canvas, and I just say, what's the starter's name, or tell me about the product, I click one of the prompts. And so what I'm going to do is just type the name, and what it's going to do is get the right product or the right startup idea, and it's going to start to use that to build a lean business canvas. So you can see it got the right information. It has summarized it a little bit, but it does know all the right information. So I said, yes, this is right. And so what it's going to do is create the lean business canvas. So again, here's a slight error, and there's a slight difference between how it's working in the GPT builder and how it's actually working in production, because it should automatically generate a lot of this information, and in production it's not actually doing that. So what we're going to do, I might just say generate this for me. So I just said generate this for me, and it's going to generate the lean business canvas, but it should be doing this automatically. And in the GPT builder, it does do this automatically, but for some reason, when it's actually in the production version, it doesn't replicate what it's doing in the GPT builder. So after this, it should ask us, do we want to push this to production? Or sorry, do we want to add this to the database? So again, it's not asking us, do you want to add this to the database? So I said add it to the spreadsheet, and hopefully it just goes and adds this to the spreadsheet. And you can see it's taken a while to actually talk to the spreadsheet. So I guess there's something going on that's causing an error, but I don't actually have much visibility on that, which is an issue. So we're going to allow. Okay, it's spoken to the spreadsheet. Let's see if it's added, and it says it's been added to the spreadsheet. So when we go to our spreadsheet and we're in our lean business canvas, we can see harvest lens here, and we can see it's added to the spreadsheet. Now, in my experience, sometimes it might not add every single column, which could potentially be an issue for you. You can see here that it has added every column, but sometimes it's hit or miss where it adds every single column. You saw that there was a slight difference between what's happening in production and what's actually happening here in the GPT builder. For the product generator in the GPT builder, it was working, and it prompted us to add to the spreadsheet. Do you want to add to the database? And I said yes, and it just added. in the live version, it didn't actually do that. So have to figure out why are there differences between what's going on in a GPT builder and what's actually going on in production. Is that a one-off, or is that a consistent issue that we're having? So this is a part of my product development operation strategy, trying to automate the entire process of developing a startup or developing products. So let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any interesting directions you think I can take this in.